Okay, I've got a YAKERTRAKER slightly repurposed so that its LED output of red will activate a motor. I used the big fat transistor. The base is, I'm guessing it's this one. It's not in the middle like on the smaller ones. So that's the counter. Okay. So when I knock, it has two microphones. You think it's a speaker in the front, but actually the speaker is actually a microphone on the Yacker. And they have one in the back. This is the front microphone. So as you can see, it's turning on. It's activating the base with a voltage. I've got a variable output, 1.5, and the other one's 9 volt from the YAKERTRAKER, which came with it. You can actually you could use one power supply, but I didn't want to reduce the current. And there's modification. You can the sensory can be modified on the device itself. But for testing purposes, I didn't realize until later I could only use one. But to do it faster, yeah. Okay. Test it faster. Actually, you could. Oh, hold on. For preliminary, this is my first try on this, so at this kind of attempt. Actually, it might be third or fourth. I forget. Anyway, all right, here we go. All right. See? Pretty awesome. These alligator clips, the thick ones, the regular ones are okay. But what happens is when you on the components that you can find commonly on boards, the most challenging to replace the leads without solder is the capacitors. I'm sorry, the transistors. That's why I use the thick one, because to clamp it with a smooth one, it doesn't work that well unless there's the lead. Unless when you cut it off, the leads are long enough, and usually the leads are very small. So you would want to buy the ones that you use to test the ICs, those little chips, the IC integrated circuits. Those chips, it looks like a lasso, and it circles around the lead. Okay, so it doesn't clip. It doesn't clip. It like circles around it. So you're gonna want to buy those. I haven't bought those. So anyway, okay, so what this does is whenever it gets noisy, it will activate the motor. Now you can also reverse it. Depending on how you do this, the motor can always be on, and then when it hears a noise, it will stop the motor, and then it'll start again. I nearly electrocuted myself yesterday, but thank God I didn't. My smart mind kicked in and realized this is a taser, a little bubblegum taser. And I assume it's called a boost converter, a boost voltage, boost voltage booster. This is a 400 volt capacitor, super capacitor. Look at that. All of these variable slower, the badly named transistor and capacitor, transformer. Another, what is it? Slowers. They're called diode. Very simple circuit. I was going to use this to boost the voltage, but no, that might have electrocuted me because this is 400 volts, and I don't know what the voltage output actually is, how much it boosts. And that's interesting. You can boost the voltage up by that much only using 1.5 volts or 3 volts. No, that's 1.5 volts. So I need to study more on that because usually you can't get more voltage from something unless you use, I guess, this kind of method or something like that. Now I was able to get from the speaker output. When I hooked to the motor, a motor can be used as a speaker. So at the highest setting on volume control, you have to, highest one, you get the music to come out. By the other settings, it will not even activate the motor at all. Now, looking at the what kind of amp IC amp it's using, a Texas Instruments LM324 15A20YR. Oh, and those microphones, those electric microphones, or maybe there might be other types of microphones also, never touch the because of the lead. Whenever you're, especially those, somehow the material on those, you want to use gloves, socks, whatever. But when you're salvaging these parts, you want to, unless it says ROHS, which means there's no lead on it. These all have lead from the solder, old solder. So when you clip it, be careful. That's why I don't like to desolder these things to get them off. Clip it off so there's less of the lead. And then be careful when you're working around here. And use gloves. Because if not, the lead will get you absorbed in your skin, and it gets in your bones, and then it's bad stuff.